Hi guys, how are you doing? One second. Please turn on your cameras. Hi Suman, how are you? Good
Hi,
to see you.
hi Sonali ji. I'm down with asthma, cannot speak much, and
Just
I
stay
will,
on the call.
yeah, I'll keep my video also off, maybe if you don't mind.
Okay,
Hmm?
okay.
Thank
For
you, thank
today, get well
you.
soon for
Yes,
Thursday.
yes,
Okay.
thank
Hi
you.
Chanchal, hi Tushar, how are you? Please turn on your cameras because during the author stardom sessions, I generally recommend you have to keep your camera turned on. I'm waiting. Okay, so how many of you have completed the Author Stardom Foundation program videos? Not completed. Okay.
Oh, I haven't started
Chanchal,
also.
you have. Okay, you haven't started. Chanchal, have you completed the foundation program?
Yeah, ma'am. I have seen all the videos uh,
Okay.
very nicely. I have seen. I have gone through all the things, and I have
Okay.
done the keyword research also. Keyword
Okay.
and that yeah.
So Chanchal, can you share your screen? मैं आपको share करने का access दे देती हूँ. 1 second. Hi Amir, how are you? Please turn on your camera. Tushar, please turn on your camera.
Personally, I'm really sorry to say that no, my I'm not working on my laptop today, and
Okay.
I'm on my desktop. I don't have a camera now to just use here.
Okay. So log in using a phone and the
That
desktop,
is
both.
right.
ऐसा कुछ करो.
Fine.
Okay, so let me check 1 second. Okay, so maths fiction, math story, maths textbook, entertaining maths, and maths puzzles. So which one are you planning to write?
My niche area is mathematics, so
Okay.
I uh, I was primarily looking for math fiction. Okay, ma'am. But I think your this math, market research, keyword research, and this entire program is best more suited for non-fiction sort of thing, I think. So I am not
But
getting any results.
you enrolled for a non-fiction, right? You did not mention you wanted to go for
No,
fiction.
I mentioned for fiction, not
Oh,
non-fiction. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
that's
So, in that case, Chanchal, all the things remain the same except for the
okay.
chapter framework and the editing. Okay. So
No
that is
problem.
something
No problem.
different.
Okay.
What I can do is let me do this. Um, for the chapter research, I'll give you a session recording for fiction. So you can start off with writing your chapters. Okay. And I'll give
Okay.
you access for the prompts as well. So you can start off
Okay.
with that as well.
Okay.
We have the editing, proofreading session for the fiction batch that is happening next week. Okay. So attend the editing,
Okay.
proofreading
Okay.
wala thing. And if you have any doubts, come back to me based since you are not attending the live session for fiction. Because all the other participants are all non-fiction, to be very honest. Because the market research, keyword research, the book cover design, the front matter, back matter, everything else remains the same. The only two things that are different is for the research of chapters plus
Right.
the editing proofreading. So
Right.
you attend rest of the sessions with them. For fiction, I'll give you the recording. Watch the recording. If you have any doubts, come back to me. I will explain it to you. And or what I will do is I'll also record a short video so you can watch at your convenience. Because for this month's fiction batch, it's not started yet because we need at least a minimum number of people. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay,
whenever there is a fiction batch that is happening, I will also accommodate you into that as well. Okay.
okay,
Plus,
okay,
I'll
no
give you
problem.
another recording that talks about there is a PDF guide to that as well. I can give you that, even that is self-explanatory, that talks about how you can go ahead. Every chapter basically when you're writing a fiction, there are 10 points. Like, there is a classic story arc that you have to maintain when we are talking about 10 chapters. So in each
Right.
chapter, there are 12 prompts that will help you to build up on that chapter. So I'll send you that as well. So give me a day or two to do the recording and send it across to you, because then it will be easier for you to understand.
No problem, ma'am.
So now coming back to, but again, maths fiction shows less number of reviews.
One question, ma'am. Just
Mhm.
few regarding the Da Vinci Code. Da Vinci Code is a
Okay.
bestseller. Okay, this is nothing but a math fiction. This is based
Okay.
on Fibonacci series and golden ratio, and golden ratio guides our DNA to universe and cosmos, everything. Golden ratio is guiding. So I am
Hmm.
having capability of writing this sort of fiction. You can see my one sort of fiction is I have already shared in Inkshare. Inkshare, 3 chapters I have the spiral codex. Okay, so I want to
Okay.
write this sort of things, man, and I am having very much capability of these things. I can do.
Okay. So
So I need your guidance, ma'am. I need
huh.
your guidance.
So to be very honest, the fiction authors that I have worked with before, okay, it's more about working with about sci-fi, horror, murder mystery, kind romance, fantasy kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do for you is, since you're already into the program, I'm going to tweak it a bit, but you will have to give me some time for that. I want you
No
to work
problem, ma'am.
on what you are writing as of now. Attend these sessions that are going on right now.
Hmm.
Only thing that will be excluded for you is for session number 2 that is happening on Sunday. I the point is we'll have to move you from this group to another, like, on a one-on-one basis. Whenever there is a
Right.
fiction batch, we'll include you there. But once the session, or maybe because it would be let me try and figure out, because you are into non-fiction and now you have an access and everything. So that's where the whole issue is. And you have got all the prompts, to be very honest, for non-fiction
So
as
I
well.
should continue this, ma'am, or I should continue this, or what to do?
Just let me go ahead and get back to you after by tomorrow. Let me try and figure out, because everything is already being shared with you. My team didn't inform
Okay,
me, to be
okay,
very honest, about the fiction wala thing.
okay.
Let me just check
Maybe some
once.
miscommunication or something like.
Miscommunication. 1 second, I'll just
Yeah.
check. Because the PDF guide that you were supposed to receive was supposed to be different, and that is for non-fiction. Okay, I'm just checking the chat. Nowhere it was mentioned that you were into fiction, by the way.
There might be some miscommunication, ma'am, because non-fiction is uh, means I am targeting in fiction only.
Okay. All right. So let me try and figure out on that. But to be very honest, I generally recommend people to go ahead and write a non-fiction first and then switch to fiction. Okay. So since you are not going to do this, so there is no point in me doing this activity for you. Anyone else who has completed the market research, keyword research? Second, let me close this one. Amir, Kuldeep, Tushar, Kuldeep and Tushar has joined today. Suman, have you joined? Have you completed? No, she hasn't. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me log in. Okay. So since people have not done it, so I'm going to complete the foundation program today. Okay. Now, you have to understand certain things before we go ahead and I take you into this. Give me 1 second. I'll just open that file as well so I can show you. Mm, mm. 1 second. I'm not able to find it because I have to show you how the titles should look like. Oh, no, 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 1 second. So, it should be I can't find it. Okay. So, now here, this is what I'm starting off with today's session. So the first thing that I want you to work upon is like the title, subtitle, keyword generator, research. I've added everything that is required into it. Um, so, why can't I find this? Give me 1 second, guys. I'm not able to find that thing. It doesn't happen so easily, but this is what is happening. Hi, Kuldeep. Guys, I want you to turn on your cameras, please, because I find it very boring interacting with a switched off camera. The more your camera is turned on, the higher are your chances of you being part of the entire thing. Okay. So let me share my screen. Here we go. Okay. So the first thing that we are going to finish off is like, finalizing your topic for whatever book type that you are planning to write. Okay. So when you're talking about a non-fiction book type, see, this is what I generally recommend into my webinars as well. Like, you might be good at, like, talking about like 5 topics. Like in my case, I'm good at talking about teen parenting, women empowerment, book writing or creative writing, public speaking, and leadership. So every single time you are going to go ahead and do that thing, you are supposed to go ahead and you will have everything that is jumbled up. So the best thing is to do is to go ahead and look at the numbers, and based on numbers, you choose which relevant topic that you can go. See, one important aspect I always recommend is like when you are choosing a topic for your book, always choose that is relevant to your business that you want to promote. Like in my case, say for example, um, how many of you are actually attending the live shift session tomorrow? Okay. So the reason I booked my last book, The Woman Who Lived Like a Monk, was because I was talking about a life shift. Okay. So I wanted to promote that thing because in the long run, what I am looking at myself maybe 5 years down the line is working with women, to be honest. So the point was like, how do I go about it? So I chose to write a book that is relevant to my business that I want to promote. So if I have to go ahead and promote a business that is based on public speaking, I will go ahead and choose a topic for public speaking. If I have to choose a relevant niche for book writing, I will go for creative writing. So I have these particular topics in mind. So I have already recommended you guys, give me 1 second, let me hide this, is to go down to Google Chrome, and I've given you everything over there. So this is a tool that is known as Helium 10. So when you go over here, 1 second, Chrome Web Store. So this is already added to my Chrome. So it will show remove from Chrome. And the other tool that you need to have on your website is Grammarly. These are all free extensions. Okay. So you can add this one to your list. Another tool that you also need to have is, I think it's Alex. I forgot the name. 1 second. There are too many tools that I've worked with. Alexa Chrome extension. It was a Blexby basically previously. So these three are something. Let me check if it is Blexby right now. Okay. So Blexby Alexa Rank Alternative. So these three tools is something that you need to have onto your Chrome. Okay. And we are going to use a lot of these tools, and all the tools that we are using into the Author Stardom program are all free tools. None of it are actually paid tools. Now, what I'm going to do right now is going to Amazon first. Uh, let's talk about, Suman, what topic are you planning to write a book on?
Mine is already written 2 books on parenting, and
Okay,
I'm
so
working
say
on a
for
third
example,
book just now.
so say I'm talking about parenting. I'm going to Kindle over here, and this is parenting. So when I'm searching for parenting over here, parenting books, for example. So if you notice, I am getting everything over here. See, parenting books, this is a sponsored one, so you will get 30. This is again sponsored, but this is 11.1, but this is an audible audiobook. Now this one is for Kindle edition, and this is 260. This is 178. So say for example, I come down over here and I just say add parenting over here, for example. My book number 1, I come over here, and this, I'm just checking if there is an ebook as well into it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so for Kindle also, it is showing me 11,000 over here. So I come down over here, 11,179. Okay, then I go back. I'm going back again. I'm scrolling. 1 second, why didn't it go back? I'm just scrolling down. This is 19. This is 2.6. So I'm going back over here. 2600. I'm going back. I'm just checking the number of reviews that I can see. Okay. So this is 787. Going back 3.1. 315. 106. This is 33. This is again 1.3K. But this is for the daily dad. This is 2.2K. So this way I'm going to complete the entire thing for all the 10 books that I see of various topics. So I check for teen parenting and this is parenting. I check for leadership and this is parenting. So right now, say for example, I did a survey for leadership in such a manner. I'm looking at the numbers. So if you are someone who has all of these numbers jumbled up, whether I should be writing this particular topic book or that particular topic book, then the best thing should be to go ahead and mention, like choose based on numbers. Okay. So even when, say, for example, Suman is writing it for parenting, so parenting has different levels. So maybe if you are talking about early age, are you talking about teenage parenting? Are you talking about adolescence parenting? It could be different. So categorize it and based on that, do the research. That's what I would recommend. So once this is done, the next step that we need to do is the keyword research. So when I am coming over here, so this is what you will be doing. So say I'm just using the same example, parenting. So when I'm saying parenting, if you notice, I just added parenting. You should always ensure that Kindle store is highlighted over here. And then I come down to parenting. So if you notice, Amazon has given me all of these over here. Okay. So yet I will just click on parenting and let's see. Now the average BSR, that is a best-selling rank. So I come down over here. I say this is parenting. And this is, one second, let me close this. Okay. So I'm sorry, wait 1 second. So the average BSR, you don't need to calculate it as 20,575. Okay. So now I come back over here again and let me see parenting books, for example. I'm just hitting enter. So I'm checking 28,527. Then I'm again clicking on it. So if you notice, it is giving me these options over here. That says parenting books bestseller, parenting books for new parents, parenting books bestseller, parenting books in Hindi, parenting books in Tamil, parenting books for toddlers as well. So say for example, I am checking this. So let's see what is the average BSR. 9,113. So say for example, I'm sorry. So it will be automatically highlighted the moment you punch in any number. So anything that is like above maybe over here, anything that is above 20,000, you cannot use that. But like anything below 20,000, it will be automatically highlighted. So if I say 21,000, for example, it's not getting highlighted. If I say 19,099, it will get highlighted. So these are the keywords that you will be using. Now, if you're planning to write a non-fiction book, the non-fiction book, you have to ensure that you are planning writing it in the keywords would be part of your um, title. Like, if I am talking about parenting books for toddlers, for example. So parenting made easy for toddlers, for example. I'm just giving you an example, what is coming to my mind. So this is how you will actually use it. But the word parenting is a keyword, and these keywords, you need to identify 7 lowest keywords that will help you, because when we go ahead and upload that on the on Amazon, the manuscript, when we are uploading, These 7 keywords will be used because the average BSR is pretty low. The traditional method of like going through each one of it, opening the tabs and everything, it is a very time consuming process. So when we have tools, we are going to go ahead and use it and do the research. It's that simple. Okay. Now, once we have, say, for example, I know the word parenting has to be used. The other thing that we will be doing is, give me 1 second. Other thing that I just closed accidentally, the other thing that was supposed to be, give me 1 second. I'll just open this again. I'm just taking you through everything that is part of the Author Foundation program, okay, today. Another thing that you have to make sure is like, how to do a title subtitle generator after keyword research. So if you watch the videos, there are many other websites that I have added. I'm just checking if there are links. There are no links over here. I have shown that into the video that you can explore. If you do, these will help you to brainstorm. Now, there are certain authors who have a title clear. Okay. But for some authors, it is never clear. So when it is not clear what exactly that you need to do is you can explore other options like watch day 3, I think, in foundation program that I have given you other websites that will also help you to go ahead and do it the entire thing. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you only using AI. But I always recommend that you should always have uh, your title in mind. That's what best authors do. You should always, because when you have a title in mind, like the way you own it, it becomes easier for you to start writing it. Okay. So there is another thing that, okay. Now, when I'm talking about title, I'm going to go ahead and tell you certain things about title. So 1 second. This is a PDF guide that I created. So now, one important aspect of titles is it has to be catchy. Your readers should be able to resonate with it. And when you're specifically writing it for nonfiction, it should mention what is the transformation that you can deliver. 3 important aspects. When you're talking about writing a fiction book, you have to ensure that it is curiosity based. Okay. It will not have a target audience mentioned on it. But what is it like, like a subtext or a subline would should do more than enough. Okay. Now, and when I'm talking about titles, titles can be of 3 types. So the first one on my list is like catchy titles. So if you have read this book of Mark Manson, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, for example, it is catchy, right? Or maybe if you say Atomic Habits, or maybe even if you talk about, there is, though those two would be the exact things. So when I'm talking about these, what is it that is happening? To be honest, give me 1 second. Okay, so what exactly is happening in the entire scenario? So just because when I'm talking about Atomic Habits, you'll be thinking like, this is catchy. What is Atomic Habits? I know what habits is, but what is Atomic Habits? Or maybe we might say on a day-to-day life is like, I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. But the point is, we do, to be very honest. But when we do, it starts bothering us. So how do you learn that art of not being bothered about people who are talking about things that is very mean, that is very disrespectful? Correct. Guys, anyone doesn't understand English, तो मुझे अभी बता दो. मुझे 6th 7th सेशन में नहीं बताना. Because this happened in one of my session. उन्होंने मुझे 6th 7th सेशन में बता दिया. Anyone? Okay, cool. So the point is when you are actually working upon the title, okay, it has to be catchy, specifically This goes for fiction as well as a non-fiction book. Okay. Another thing that you can have when it comes to writing a non-fiction book is the title can be target audience based. Like you might talk about the 4 hour work week. If you have read that book, it is talking about like people who want to go ahead and or even the rich dad, poor dad. So maybe these are talking about that the about the target audience. So when I'm talking about the 4 hour work week, it talks about the target audience who is actually working professionals who are working maybe 80 to 100 hours every single week, and how they can convert whatever their monotonous life is into a 4 hour work week, and they can still enjoy life. So when I'm talking about like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I don't know if you have read that book, but it talks about like how a dad should be actually, working on the parenting for teenagers. Because many times it so happens that people who are pretty rich enough, they give everything very easily to their kids, and that's why they are not able to, sustain the legacy that their, forefathers or grandparents have given it to them because they don't know how to handle it. So how do you go ahead and overcome that mentality? It talks about that. So this can be a target audience based as well. So another thing that you can also talk about is like, transformation based titles. So when I'm talking about that, I remember the first book that I read was like How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So this title directly tells me this will bring in that transformation. So if you're planning to go ahead and write a non-fiction book, you can always choose your category. Your book can be into the book title can be in any of these categories, either a catchy, either transformation based, or either target audience based. For fiction, it is always catchy, nothing else. Okay. Guys, with me, do you have any questions? Do let me know before I proceed further.
No, the Amazon part which you are showing, and then we didn't complete it, right? Because I did not get anything out of it.
Which one?
The Amazon where you were showing those numbers, parenting books, and this is what we search and
Right. I just showed you a glimpse of it. You will have to do activity based on that for yourself. Because in parenting, there could be not submodalities, uh, other topics as well. Like parenting for teenagers is different from parenting for adolescents. Parenting for like will be different from toddlers. Will be different kind of stuff. So you will have to categorize and do your research. So do your market research first
okay.
and then switch to keyword research. So that will
Okay.
give you that clarity. Okay.
Okay, sure.
So now I'm moving on to, I have explained you how to go ahead and get the titles. Now what we are going to do is do the titles right now. Give me 1 second. So here we go. So this is the first prompt that I will be using. Okay. And this prompt will go ahead and help you to do the subtitle generator for keyword research. So if this is something that is in Chanchal, in your case, just change it to fiction books. Okay. Or maybe I'll give you another prompt for that because this might not work for you, but give it a try. So now I'm going to just copy over here and I'm just using Suman's example. So say, for example, she is writing a book on parenting for teenagers, for example. Insert your keywords from Amazon. So you remember I did the keyword research over here, for example. So I'm just putting the keywords. 1 second, I'm just going back and seeing if I get another keyword for teenager. Two lakh 81,791. I come back over here 1 second to my chat GPT. Okay, here we go. So say for example, I'm just the keyword research that I did over there, I'm going to add it over here. And done. I'm going back to ChatGPT and just pasting it. That's it. So this will go ahead and give you a starting point as to how should be your book looking like. Okay. So I can choose any of it. So the numbers that are showing up over here are actually the number of chapters. Okay. So if I say 7 unbreakable rules of parenting teenagers, okay, 10 game-changing truths every parent of a teen must know. 11 mistakes most parents make with teens and how to avoid them. 7 secrets to raising respectful and responsible teens. So I like this one. I'm going to pick this up. For example, I'm coming back to my page and I've just added. So if you notice, it has the keyword in it. See, parenting books for teenagers. So ChatGPT is giving me that. So you can experiment. You can always say like, give me more of these kind of stuff. So you can work on it. Okay. Now I'm coming down to designing your book cover using ideogram as a reference to create it using Canva and creating a 3D book mockup. So over here, again, I'm going to just copy this. So if you have any brand colors that you have in mind, like, I am running these workshops, I will have brand colors. But if you don't have it, you can exclude this particular part. And this is my title and my subtitle. So I'm going to just copy this from here, come down, and I'm going to just paste it here. And since I'm writing the book, I will go ahead and add my name over here. This part is already covered into the book in a blink challenge. Just copy it and paste it. So now give me 1 second because I will have to log in. Okay. So here I am into my ChatGPT and ChatGPT has created this and everything is ready. So there is a possibility that this would be more than 2000 characters. So I'm going to still give it a try. I'm going to see. Okay, too long. I thought so. So here we go. Now I'm just going back to ChatGPT and let's see. When you log into ideogram, there is a link that I have added. I'll just show you where the link is. If you scroll down, 1 second. So this is the link that you will use to go ahead and generate your book cover. Okay. Now I'm coming down to ideogram. When you use your Gmail account to log in, when you log in, see, you have to understand this particular thing could be a light thing, light theme or a dark theme. So I generally prefer a dark theme. When you log in, this will be on a one-on-one, that is a square post, but we want it in a book cover design. So always choose a 9:16 aspect ratio. Okay. Then there are like, different models that you can use. So the latest model is 3.0. So when you use that, it will give one single prompt, it will deduct 2 credits, and 4 options are given to you. This one, again, it will deduct 2 credits, 4 options are given. So you can play around which one do you like. Okay. So once I will go ahead and create it with this, another second time I'll do it with this, and let's choose. Okay. Now I'm going to just create. So this is again a free account that I am using. Just remember, I've used March 3.0. Okay. Let's check what is happening. Okay. So it has given me these designs. I'm going back again, and I say, instead of this, I want this one, and say generate. Let's see. In the meanwhile, I'm also going to, since it is taking some time to do it, I'm going to take you to another site that is Canva, that is book cover templates. And I'm going to show you why I am saying this. So you must have heard this from me saying, why should you go ahead and 1 second, I'm choosing one more to check which one is giving me good results. So why I always recommend is like use AI and then design your book cover. So right now, when we are going to do a pre-launch of it, to be very honest, um, it's okay to have AI generated stuff. But when you are actually putting it on Amazon, try and minimize your AI generated stuff to as low as possible. Okay. So that's what you are going to work upon. So once you have a reference point, say, for example, I am looking at all the reference points. So it says to raising responsible teens. Let's see which one did you like. Check and let me know. Guys, did you like any of it?
The top one.
Sorry,
The top one.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Huh. The first four
The
set
first
we
one. First one.
first one. Okay. Chalo, let's download. Let's see. So I have chosen one. So you can actually play around with, I used the 2.0 turbo wala thing, huh? This one. So you can experiment which one do you would like. And over here, you can also play around with, say, for example, over here, it clearly said like, coral, light beige, ivory. So if you want other options, you can also go for it. Now you have to understand another important aspect when you are designing a book cover. Let me show you something. This is the biggest mistake that most of the people do. I'll show you what the mistake is. Okay. Now, if you see this book cover on your phone, the font is not clear. Okay. If you see this particular book cover, the problem is it will not show up because of the white background. This will show up because of the bright colors. This will show up because of the bright colors. So choose colors accordingly that will stand out. See, that's the reason they generally choose, yellow, orange, red, even teal looks good, even mustard looks good. Okay, because it will stand out. Even black looks good. See, the problem is this is totally white, but just because it had that thing, so it was pushed. But other than that, if you notice, check, go onto your Amazon app on your phone. You just have that 1 inch space to go ahead and grab that reader's attention. So how would you use that? To go ahead and grab that reader's attention? Because if your title is not clear, if your book cover, the thumbnail is not clear, people are not going to click on it. Correct? So what we have done is Right now, I have just created the book cover design. Now I'm going back, and these are the options that you have. So you can choose any of it and design. So when you come over here, click on File, click on Make a Copy to go ahead and do that. If you have a Canva Pro version, Canva will also generate book cover design for you. Okay. I use a lot of it on it. So maybe let's see if I have something over here. Let's see. See, there are some options over here. So I can, something that I can always choose. Give me 1 second. Let me just scroll down to the bottom so I can delete it later on. So if you go down to design and just click on parenting, for example, you can choose. Now, when I'm choosing, the problem is there is most of these have a crown symbol. So when it is a crown symbol, it is a paid version. So some of the elements out of it will be a paid one. So if you are using a Canva free version, you will have to choose something that doesn't have a crown symbol. So say, for example, this one. This doesn't have a crown symbol. I can use this. Another thing that you can choose is, why is it going back? Just scroll down and see whatever topic that you want to choose. And see, this is a fiction book cover, for example. So that's how you will choose. This is a pro version. This is a simple book cover. So you can go ahead and design. So other thing that, say, for example, I did not like this, but I want to choose something else. So over here, I will say parenting, for example. I come over here and these are graphics. Okay. I generally do not recommend using graphics, but for some people, sometimes it is important. So you can always, if it is like, someone who is like 10 up to 10 years, you can have this particular picture. You can also go ahead and create a book cover that is for you. So as of now, what we are going to do is like, since we are going to go ahead and do a pre-launch tomorrow. How many of you are ready to do a pre-launch tomorrow? Let's see. Because मैं बहुत देर से बोल रही हूँ, but like everyone is just keeping quiet. How many of you are ready for pre-launch tomorrow?
I'm ready, Sonali ji. And this one chat is disabled actually.
No, chat is not disabled.
It is showing disabled for me.
I got a message from Kuldeep.
But here it's showing chat disabled for me.
No, it is disabled. Even I tried sending a few times. I thought, let me send because I'm not
Yeah,
able to
Try it
on.
see.
again.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
working
Try.
now. Thank you very much, Sonali ji. It's
Huh.
working
Yeah,
now.
now you
But
enabled it.
because I got Kuldeep's message, that's why I said. Okay. So how many of you are ready for pre-launch before I take you ahead? Guys, बोलो जल्दी जल्दी. पूरा रात नहीं है हमारे पास. Okay, so this is what you have to do tomorrow by 10 o'clock. Okay. First thing first, doesn't matter how your book cover is looking like. Okay. In a week's time, आपका बुक लिख के खत्म नहीं होगा फिर. तब तक बहुत आगे चले जाएंगे हम लोग. Okay. So this is what I want you to do. First, complete your market research, complete your keyword research, and use the AI prompts and design a book cover. That's it. 3 steps. Then you will do the 3D book mockup and you will do a pre-launch template. Total 5 steps by tomorrow 10 p.m. Okay. Now, once the book launch is done, this is what we are going to do. सबका बुक का प्राइस 99 ही रखोगे आप लोग. So say there are 5 people or 6 people in the group. So all 5 of you are going to buy each other's books. Clear? With me? Now, but the book is going to be bought by people who are actually from the community, because we will be again adding you into the Telegram group. अगर आप added नहीं हो तो go ahead and buy their book as well. So you can buy and ping them saying that I have bought your book, please buy my book. So you would have at least 10-20 sales from within the community. Other than that, you are going to go ahead and push for other sales from your known people. Like that could be your colleagues, your family members, relatives, neighbors, whoever it is. Okay. So you should have at least 30 to 50 sales on an average. And this is going to work if, like, everyone is doing on the same page. And I generally recommend every single batch to go ahead and work with me. Because अगर आप मेरे साथ में ही काम कर रहे हो, every single time there is a next session that is happening, there will be a lot of work for you ready. But if you are working with me, you will be able to finish your book into that particular timeline. See, I have seen people by session 3, their 10 chapters are ready. द फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट जो हम लोग बोलते हैं वो रेडी हो जाता है उनका थर्ड सेशन में. बिकॉज मैं थर्ड सेशन में एक्चुअली आपके चैप्टर्स को रिव्यू करती हूँ. सो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू वर्क विथ मी. दैट्स व्हेन यू डू इट ऑन योर ओन. बिकॉज इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग ऑफ अ बिट लेट, या मैं कल करता हूँ, मैं परसों करता हूँ, तो ट्रस्ट मी पूरे 8 सेशंस खत्म हो जाते हैं, बुक लिख के नहीं होते हैं. एंड देन वंस वी गो हेड एंड लूज दैट टच, यू विल से हाँ आई राइट इट लेटर, बट वो लेटर कभी आता नहीं है. करेक्ट guys? Clear? So work with me, that's always something that I recommend. Now I was just sharing this with you guys. 1 second. Okay, so say for example I want this particular image. I will go ahead and add my, say for example, this is what it is. For example, I come over here, I add it here. So this is my subtitle. I want to add it here, but yeah, I can go ahead and change the color. I can change the color of this one as well. So I don't want this color. I want something in peach, for example. No, peach I can't use. So I want it in this manner. 1 second, what is it? Okay. So I can go ahead and put this above. And I will go ahead and add my name as well नीचे. So let's see, मैं किसी का एक उठा लेती हूँ. There is a watermark on this one. So I just scroll down and I just add this. I'm going to put this over here, thoda sa upar. And I can keep it simple the way it is, or I can just go ahead and make it alag se bhi. So it is up to you. How do you want to go ahead and ensure that this is done? Okay. Now I can go ahead and, change the color. So say, for example, I don't like this color. I want to make it like green. Let's see. I want to make it yellow. Just go ahead and experiment with it. I can go ahead and also change colors of this one. So say, for example, I want to go ahead and put a pink over here or a magenta over here. I can also go ahead and put it like that. So you can experiment based on that. Okay. And you are, once this is done, and this we are going to do it for when we are going to upload it on Amazon, not now. I don't want you to waste time onto this. Why we are going to go ahead and do it later on? Because ये ना बहुत टाइम कंज्यूमिंग काम होता है डिजाइनिंग का. तो बहुत बार हम लोग अटक जाते हैं, ये बेटर है क्या, ये बेटर नहीं है. तो अभी हम लोग जब भी प्री लॉन्च करेंगे तो हम लोग AI जनरेटेड यूज करेंगे. बट व्हेन वी आर एक्चुअली अपलोडिंग ऑन Amazon, we will use something that is based on what we have created from Canva. Guys, with me till here? समझ में आया कौन सा कभी यूज करना है?
Yes.
ओके. बिकॉज हम लोग AI जनरेटेड कंटेंट को मिनिमाइज करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. नाउ नेक्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू मूव ऑन टू इज दिस, कि अभी मैंने एक AI जनरेटेड इमेज को डाउनलोड किया है. सो आई कम बैक ओवर हियर and this is, 1 second, किधर गया 3D book mockup. Okay, so this is the link. So I'm going to open this particular link. This is the 3D book mockup link. So when I open this, ये by default single पे आएगा. Go down to composite. So composite में ये 4 ऑप्शंस में से कोई एक ऑप्शन चूज करना आपके बुक के लिए. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Why these four? Because one, it has a tablet, it has a phone, it has a book. तीनों चीजें हैं इसमें. Another important aspect is ये तीनों भी book cover में ना उसका book का जो spine होता है where the binding generally happens, it is not seen because we are not designers. तो वो design करना थोड़ा difficult पड़ता है. So you can choose any one of it. So say for example I've chosen this. I click on next. I come down to browse and I click on this book cover. अभी मैंने book cover को ध्यान से देखा नहीं है. 1 second. And I click on upload. Let's see क्या होता है. Okay, now do you see there is मेरा नाम आ गया है बट ये वाला पार्ट मुझे नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि एआई ये गलती करता है. तो आई गो डाउन ओवर हियर. अगर आपके पास कैनवा प्रो वर्जन है तो उसमें मैजिक इरेज है, पर अगर वहां पे नहीं है सो यू हैव मैजिक इरेज फॉर आइडियोग्राम. दिस इज फोटो रूम. सो आई क्लिक ओवर हियर. अगर कुछ गलती है तो जो क्योंकि एआई जनरेटेड में ना इट मेक्स स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक्स, इट डज एड ऑन सम अनवांटेड थिंग्स. सो आई एम गोइंग टू रिमूव दैट. तो मैं यहाँ पे आई, मैंने इसको ऐड किया और मुझे अभी क्या क्लियर इरेज करना है मैं देखूंगी. तो मैंने स्क्रीन को थोड़ा सा जूम करके मैंने इसको इरेज किया. लेट्स सी क्या होता है. इरेज हो गया मेरा एक सिंगल क्लिक पे. मैंने और कुछ नहीं किया है. एंड आई से डाउनलोड. सो मुझे एक स्टैंडर्ड रेजोल्यूशन भी चल जाएगा. तो मैंने इसको अभी डाउनलोड कर लिया. नाउ आई एम गोइंग बैक ओवर हियर. आई से ब्राउज और अभी ये लास्ट वाला जो इमेज है मैं वो डाल के देखती हूँ क्या आता है. वो चीज आ रही है क्या मेरे यहाँ पे. सी इट इज रिमूव नाउ. क्लियर. नाउ यहां से मैंने नेक्स्ट पे मैं गई. देन आई क्लिक ऑन पीएनजी. So I'm going to open this. I don't know. Guys, can you see the three book mockup? कि नहीं? If you can't see, तो मुझे share करना पड़ेगा वापस से. See, basically what happens is like even if you go ahead and when you're uploading on Amazon, Amazon will ask you, have you used AI? So when you are using AI, it will go ahead and give you a text word, a checkbox to tick it. So it will say text, image, or translation. So the moment you go ahead and click on it, it will go ahead and eventually it can delete your book. It can affect your sales. So what we are doing is we are using AI to go ahead and brainstorm it, get more and more ideas, so we get more and more content and everything. But सब कुछ हम लोग खुद के words में लिखेंगे. Okay. So I hope you guys could see the book cover image that I just created. कैसा लगा सबको book cover design? Easy? अभी यहाँ पे देखो responsible का spelling भी गलत है. तो I will have to go ahead and change it. 1 second. So it is that easy to go ahead and create the book cover. अभी ये book cover को हम लोग use करेंगे for the pre-launch. Okay. Now I'm taking you back to the foundation. 1 second. Why is this coming? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take you into the pre-launch wala template. 1 second. Here we go. So when I come over here, मेरा ये prompt number 3 है. So this is the prompt that I will be using. So my title यहाँ पे मैंने जो लिया है मैं उसी को वापस ले रही हूँ. टाइटल मेरा चला गया है. Okay. So this is my title and subtitle. तो मैंने यहाँ पे मेरा टाइटल और सबटाइटल ऐड कर दिया है. ओके. 1 second, let me delete this as well because वो कंटेंट में गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. Now I say change life of parents dealing with teenage kids. Okay. ये बाकी सब मैं डिलीट कर दी. कीप द लैंग्वेज सिंपल एंड इजी एंड टोन कॉन्वर्सेशनल. अभी ये मुझे डेट डालना है. तो जनरली व्हाट आई ऑलवेज डू इज लाइक आज 7 तारीख है, तो हम लोग तभी से 1 ऑफ जुलाई, सॉरी 1 ऑफ अगस्त या 8 ऑफ अगस्त. सो टू बी ऑनेस्ट, आप जब भी डेडलाइन 1 अगस्त का रखोगे तभी आपका बुक 8 अगस्त तक खत्म होगा. सो राइट नाउ आई एम जस्ट पुटिंग इट एज 1 ऑफ अगस्त. And then I say that this book is priced at 99, but ये book Amazon पे live होने के बाद 149 होगा. But I always recommend, मैं हर किसी को अभी बता रही हूँ, do not come up with this question later on कि book अभी live हो गया तो Amazon पे भाव बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. Do not go ahead and come with that thing. And I'll tell you why we are doing this. So when it is 99, so everyone's book is priced at 99. तो आप एक दूसरे का बुक खरीद सकते हो. लेकिन if you are going to go ahead and do like your book is 99, someone else's book is 149, तो वो जो difference amount होता है ना, तो other person feels cheated. So what we do is like we keep it at a base price of 99. बुक लाइव होने के बाद प्राइस बढ़ेगा या नहीं बढ़ेगा, ये it's totally into your hands. Now what happens into this entire journey is like we are creating the decoy effect. Now, creating that urgency and scarcity. Okay. So you get more number of people to go ahead and actually get you into, get to buy that book. क्योंकि भाई मेरे को 50 रुपए बचाना है. That's why people go for these sales that happen, right, in stores. So that's why I always recommend is keep it at 99 even after the book goes live. Maybe increase the price 2 months down the line, but not before that. Now, another question that I'm just telling you is this, कि भाई अगर एक सेकेंड ना, there is a fly that has come up, it seems. मुझे परेशान कर रहा है, सॉरी. सो नाउ व्हाट आई जनरली रेकमेंड इज दिस कि आपका जब भी बुक लाइव हो जाता है तो ये सारी चीजों को यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. अनदर थिंग दैट यू विल ऑल्सो बी टेकिंग केयर ऑफ इज लाइक, आई फॉरगॉट द लिंक. 1 सेकेंड, मैं कुछ भूल गई हूँ बात करते करते. द पब्लिशर वाला जो थिंग है, दैट यू विल हैव टू टॉक टू द पब्लिशर. They explain you everything. Another thing that I wanted to go ahead and tell you is this, that when you're writing a book, minimum 70 pages, maximum 180 pages, plus 15 pages, your front and back matter. So if you're planning to write a 70 pages book, plus 15 pages, that will be 85 pages total. 180 plus 15 pages, 200 pages wala book. Okay? Guys, clear?
सो ये
कि बहुत
200 पेजेस बुक जैसे हम लिखते हैं तो उसका कॉस्टिंग ही 130 के आसपास आ रहा है.
So when we are talking about, I don't know why. So when we are talking, I don't know which publisher have you worked with?
I had gone with Evans Publishing and I checked with many other publishers also. It was around the same thing.
Okay. So what you do is like, there are I'll be giving you one of my publisher that most of my author community people have worked with. In session number 8, you can check with them because I don't know exactly how it will be charged, because when it talks about like the book publishing part, तो आप book cover कैसे use कर रहा है, what is the size, what the dimensions, what is the page quality and everything, तो उसके ऊपर वो decide होता है. So these people have plans ranging from 2,500 plus GST up to 3 lakhs plus GST. So choose whichever fits your budget. Okay? Clear?
Yeah, I get that. But you cannot sell lesser than today 200-page book, lesser than 290. Even when you're selling it for 299, what you are getting is hardly 30 rupees per book. Because Amazon takes up 45% of it. After cutting the CP of it, the cost price of it, Amazon takes up that much, and per book, hardly 30 rupees is what we get. So if you sell it for 99, 149, it does not even cover the cost price of the book. The
Oh, I'm talking, once again, I'm talking about the ebook, not the paperback yet.
okay.
Huh.
Okay, I get
So,
it.
okay. So paperback is different. Not
Okay.
even paperback. I'll help you to complete it, but publishing is done by the publisher. Right now, we are only concentrating on the ebook right now.
Okay, done.
Because see, if your paperback is complete, you can work with the publisher, correct?
Hmm.
To get that done. So I'm going to give you everything that is required to work with the publisher.
Okay.
So when you are pricing your book for say 99 rupees, after removing your royalty, your CPF and everything, you will get around 64, 65 rupees. Fair enough?
Yes.
Okay. So let me share my screen quickly and show you. So here we go. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm just creating a social media post to do a pre-launch of it. I'm going to click on this and I'm waiting for the pre-launch template to be written. So every time we are posting on social media, there are two things that are compulsory. One is an image and second is a caption with it. So right now I am just putting this as a caption. So if you notice, pre-launch offer alert, are you teens mood swings driving you crazy, wondering how to set boundaries without breaking the bond? My upcoming ebook is, no, it does not depend on the niche. The parenting book for teenagers blends love limits and real life lessons that will help you create a peaceful, respectful relationship with your teen. No yelling, no silent treatment, just connection and calm. So, all of this is already written. And plus, we are also adding a disclaimer. Give me 1 second, guys. Thanks. So, sorry. So now I'm talking about, like, if you notice, there is a disclaimer that is over here that is talking about the title, subtitle, and book cover is subject to change. So basically, you are telling the reader that, boss, my book is going to be just the same, but only the title, subtitle, and book cover might change because we need that room because we are going to work on it on our own before we upload it on Amazon. Right now, we are using something that is created by AI. Okay. Now we have to work on how this should be looking like. No, you can go ahead and keep the same book cover design for both. Because if there is a difference, people might get confused. So I always recommend keep the same. 1 second. System. Okay. So now I'm taking you to 1 second. I'm just checking book cover templates. Okay, it seems okay. So this is a pre-launch template that you need. So when I come over here, this is again from Canva. I am using a Canva Pro version. Go ahead and click on File, Same, make a copy for all the documents and the assignment sheets that you are going to get. Go ahead and add it over here. Okay. Now launching my, if it is your first ebook, go ahead and put your first ebook. If it is your third, fourth, fifth ebook, you can mention the third book, or if you don't want to, even that is fine. So I come over here to uploads first. I click on uploads. And when I click on uploads, I'm going to go ahead and add this mockup. So say, for example, I am choosing this. I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to add it here. And I'm going to just drag and drop. So this is either a drag and drop or just shifting. So right now I'm just shifting. Over here, this particular part, this will be your GPay or PhonePe QR code. So how when you are actually doing this, 1 second, let me just stop my screen share. When you are doing this, these are the steps that you guys, I will answer all your questions. Just put it in the chat because it is just breaking the flow. Put it in the chat. I'll answer all the questions towards the end. So I want you to go ahead, and when you are doing the pre-launch of it, you have to ensure that you are putting your QR code ताकि लोग है ना, people can actually scan and make the payment to you. Okay. So when we are actually doing this, how do you do that? Go to your GPay or PhonePay. When you go down to GPay or PhonePay, open your profile. In that, open your QR code, screenshot it, and upload it on Canva. So either you can use a web WhatsApp to upload it, or you can email it to yourself, or the other option is you can download Canva on your mobile. ये तीन options है, whichever is suitable, go ahead and use that. And once you go ahead and do that, उसको crop कर लेना, क्योंकि there will be other things into it. We just need the QR code. तो crop it and then use it. Okay. So now I have added the QR code over here. I'm going back over here and I am checking the title. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just reduce the size because it's not fitting in, but I'm just checking what was the original title. Okay, so this is my subtitle. I come back over here. I'm going to put my subtitle over here. So you were supposed to just adjust it. So say, for example, I have chosen the date that is 1st of August. So I'm going to add it right now, right over here. Okay. Then I'm going to add my phone number. This is a dummy phone number that I've added. So I can go ahead and change the color of it as well. So maybe I can choose something like this, or maybe this, whatever that you find good, go ahead and use that. Okay. And but make sure that you are using the same pre-launch template, because I have seen people who are not using a pre-launch template for whatever reason they have. The idea is to go ahead and ensure that everything that is required is put in this pre-launch template. Now, once you go ahead and design this, say for example, I'm going to just download this particular thing. I download, instead of all pages, whatever I have used it, I'm going to just done. Click on the current page and just download it. I'm going to show you a demo as to how we are going to do. Now, once this part is done, then you have to ensure that you are using this, putting it on your Facebook, putting it on your Instagram, putting it on your LinkedIn. Other than that, putting it on your WhatsApp status, your husband's WhatsApp status, your kids' WhatsApp status, जो मिलेगा सबके WhatsApp status पे डालो. Okay. And if you are putting it in on your WhatsApp status, you can put it as it is. But if you're using someone else's status, like if it is your husband's, so what happens is this, like there will be people, once they see the status, they will text your husband or your wife. So in that case, what you do is you can always mention, like this or ask your husband or wife to go ahead and say that, oh, my wife is writing this book, or my husband is writing this book. You can go ahead and pre-order it before it goes live. So that gives you more people. You are able to reach every single person. I don't know how many people do you have on your phone's contact list. फेसबुक पे कितने लोग हैं आपके? और गाइस, जस्ट पुट इट इन द चैट, फेसबुक पे कितने हैं, इंस्टाग्राम पे कितने हैं, लिंक्डइन पे कितने हैं, फोन कांटेक्ट में कितने हैं, ग्रुप में डालो, चैट में फटाफट. I have 5,000 people on my contact list on my phone. 5,850. Perfect. FB 4,000, Insta 200, FB 400. Perfect. So इतने में से 10 लोग खरीदेंगे, 10 लोग खरीदेंगे, 5-10 कम्युनिटी से मिल जाएंगे, 20 लोग हो गए. वाइफ या हस्बैंड का स्टेटस, बच्चों का स्टेटस, भाई बहन का स्टेटस, मम्मी पापा का स्टेटस मिला के और 20 ऑर्डर्स मिल जाएंगे. दैट्स ऑल यू नीड. So you are targeting 50 sales. Clear? Exact count हम लोगों को session 6 में पता चलेगा. Once you have the topic and your target audience, everything ready. Right now, I don't have it, so I'm just giving you a rough idea. You should be targeting minimum 50 sales. Sorry, 50 pre-orders. Okay. Now, I'm taking you into my Instagram handle as to how we are going to do it as a pre-launch. So here I come. So this is my Instagram handle. So I come over here, I create a post, select from computer. This is my pre-launch template that we just designed. I click next, and this is next. And then I go back. I'm going to just put it over here. ये वाला जो copy किया मैंने, and I am going back over here, and I'm going to just put it here. So यहाँ पे Ask ChatGPT भी आ गया है, तो उसको मैं delete कर देती हूँ. So everything is ready. So right now I'm not going to go ahead and something. Oh my God, पूरा ही delete हो रहा है. 1 second, what's wrong? Okay. So if you notice, it has added the hashtags, it has added the post script, it has everything that is required for me to go ahead and put it over here. And I'm going to just click on share. This is how you will be doing a pre-launch of it. So right now I'm not doing it. तो मैं ये pre-launch का इधर ही खत्म कर लूँ. So, but this is what you should be doing. Just make sure कि आपका जो book cover है, it doesn't have any spelling mistakes. If it has, just go ahead and rectify it using ideogram. Using photo room if you don't have a Canva Pro version. So do it on Facebook. That is absolutely fine. The process is still the same. It is the same thing. Just click the, use that image, put it out there, copy paste the caption. That's all. Rocket science nahi hai, same process. I had my Instagram that is logged in over here, so that's why I used it. Okay. So now, the next part that we will be covering is brainstorming. So let me take you through day 4. So say, for example, this is what we are going to do, like brainstorming for topics for chapters. So I hope you must have remembered, like, all the people who must have attended my Book in a Blink Challenge workshop. I spoke about like what are the 10 topics that you would love, 10 things that you should have known. Okay. So for fiction authors, it would be something like, 10 emotional plot twists. So when I'm talking about 10 things, so when I'm talking about a public speaking thing, so I'm going to talk about find the 10 challenges. Okay. Because 10 topics पे हम लोग अगर chat GPT को पूछेंगे ना तो chat GPT is going to give us that fixed answers, and right now we don't want any fixed answers, but we want something that we can write on. What I've noticed is like if I go ahead and ask AI to go ahead and write a chapter, you give me chapters or outline, it most of the times gives me content that sometimes I don't feel confident writing because मेरे पास content होना चाहिए ना उसके ऊपर लिखने के लिए, copy paste नहीं करना है मुझे. So I always recommend my authors to go ahead and think about those topics to that you can write. So what are the things that you can write? Say, for example, when I'm talking about public speaking, the ground rule is think about the 10 challenges that your target audience faces. So when I'm talking about public speaking, say, for example, I'm writing a book for public speaking, it would be unable to maintain an eye contact, unable to go ahead and engage with an audience, unable to remember my script, unable to go ahead and no, feeling very nervous. Okay. Like my voice could be shaky, my legs could be shaky. So I will just go on with the 10 challenges my target audience is facing. So I will go ahead and write the 10 challenges over here. Okay. So when I'm going ahead and putting down my 10 challenges, I will also talk about what are the hacks that I use to overcome these problems. So say, for example, I'm talking about maintaining an eye contact. I remember, like, when I was in school, I was like getting so scared that I had to recite a poem on stage. and I forgot my lines, and my friends started laughing, and I came home crying. So, and I told my father I'm not going to go back to school from next day. So, over a period of time, I overcame that fear, because in my case, what used to happen is when the moment I used to look in someone's eyes, the minor shift in their expression, I used to forget my lines. This was the issue. So next year, when I was preparing, I remember my dad told me, do not look at the audience. So I said, if I don't look at the audience, I will be like, मैं ऐसे देख के बात कर रही हूँ, तो वो गलत होगा ना. So I said, like, let me try and figure out a way. So what I did was like, I generally the stage is at a height, and the students are sitting down. I stood on the stage. When I'm standing at the stage, I mark 5 spots. Even today, I do that. So I mark 5 spots. So how are the 5 spots? Left, right, left corner, right corner, and center. Okay, these are my 5 spots that I first mark. And after I mark these 5 spots, I look at the audiences at these 5 corners, and just maybe 1 foot above them, 1 feet above them or above them, I mark those points. So when I'm looking at it, till the time I don't get comfortable on the stage, I will always rotate my head like I'm talking to these people. But the fact is, I'm actually looking at the wall above them. I'm not even looking at their faces. After I get comfortable, maybe like 10 minutes down the line, I will start looking into their eyes to understand, are they resonating or relating to what I'm saying. Okay. So my first topic would be like, unable to maintain eye contact, for example. And then I say my hack to do that. That is my chapter. Got it? Because these brainstorming of chapter topics we will be using in our next session. So you will have to do complete this as well, because based on that, the rest of the prompts will start working. Otherwise, what ChatGPT will do is ChatGPT will go ahead and give you its content, and you will not have any content that you can put in. Because having your own content is very, very crucial. अगर खुद का content नहीं है, then it is just a copy paste, because you are not putting your life experiences. So what I gave you right now, the hack that I use to go ahead and maintain an eye contact, is something that no chat GPT or no AI tool will have. This is a hack that has worked for me. This is a hack that I have used my students to when I was training them into public speaking. Correct? So I want you to work on these 10 topics or 10 chapters that you can do it for yourself. So right now I'm just removing it. So maybe you can mention 2 examples or 2 anecdotes that you can share with your readers. So right now during conversation, I explained you my life example. So that can also be an example that you can use into your chapters. Then this talks about doing a photo shoot in a clutter-free background. So if you're a man, if you're a woman, these are different poses that you can use. So instead of these images, you can go ahead and add your photos over here. Then I've just put it for women as well over here. So you can use it, because sometimes, just your photo is a hook more than enough for you to create it. So we can just go ahead and click those images. This is again covered in day 4 or day 5, I think. Day 5, I think. 1 second. Day 5. Photo shoot in 4 outfits. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you a quick gist about it. Choose 4 outfits, plain background. So right now my background is plain, so that's why I'm wearing printed. But if you notice, whenever I'm sitting into a Book in a Blink webinar, I always wear plain outfits or minimal print. Okay. So when you're shooting, the best time to shoot is between, like, currently it's rainy season. So shoot between anything between 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. in the morning, or maybe until 11. Evenings 4 to 6 is the best time to click your photographs. If you don't have a very lights and other equipments, what you can also do is stand closer to a window. Like, this is a window that I have. So stand close, face your window, keep your phone. Say, for example, this is my phone, for example. I will click it like this. Okay. But the only thing that you need to make sure is the background behind you So even if it is your bedroom or living room, everything, so anything that is coming in your frame, clear it off. That particular patch pura clear kar do. And you can repeat the same pose in 4 different outfits. Same pose ko. So once you go ahead and put, wear an outfit, say for example, this is, if you wear glasses, go ahead and stand like this. If you don't have it, just stand like this. It's okay. Maybe with a pen, even that is okay. uh, she's just standing cross-handed, like, working on your laptop, or just scrolling phone, just thinking, reading a book, ha- having a coffee mug in hand. Again, this is working, writing. All of these are options that you can choose. Even for men, I have added different things, like, these poses. So the reason I created this is, it will be if I go ahead and tell you, go ahead and create push up, click a photo that has you thinking. But then you'll again think, how should it look like? So I'm giving you a reference picture as to how it should be looking like. So it becomes easier. And all of these things will be much more easier because when you are putting in your post every single day, it will help you to go ahead and curate the data and build that anticipation or engagement with amongst your audience that you have on social media. So people will go ahead and buy that book. Another thing that you will have to do is these are the marketing hooks and everything. So these are always like a fill in the blanks. So you might, the hook that is mentioned over here, okay, should be part of, once you click your photos, I'm going to show you how it looks like. So say for example, I'm going to give you a quick demo. Uh, okay, let me check if I have photo. 1 second. Give me 1 second, I'm just checking. I have a full image picture of me. Okay, here we go. Here. So say for example, this is my photo that I have clicked recently. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this rectangle over here, and I can just go ahead and maybe just drag it a bit up. So right now this is not going in contrast with it. So I might go ahead and just change my color to this, for example. I'm coming back over here. No, this is where the hook was. Do you know how I got started writing non-fiction books, for example? So I come over here. So I can choose a text box. So I'm going to just go ahead and add a text box over here. Just drag this down. Why is it not letting me choose? For example, so it is going into. Okay. So say, for example, this is how I have chosen to go ahead and put it. So I'm going to just center align it a bit. That's it. And I can go ahead and use this image. I will post it on my social media handles. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and fill up these things that is already written. So everything that is written in red, you are going to go ahead and complete this. It all started when give us the details. Did you know, or did you always know you wanted to write these books? Did it start when you read a certain book? I fell in love with this genre because of insert theme, tropes, lessons, etc. that you love about the genre. And that's why I include all of those things in my books. In 2025, I started writing my first book, if it is your first book. But and it's been a dream to come true watching readers resonate with the same aspects that inspired me. Would you like to be among the first to explore my latest creation? So you can always, like, if it is like in Suman's case, she has already written 2, 3 books. In my case, I've already written 3 books. So I can always say, like, the year that I started. But in you people who have not written a single book, you might say, I started writing my first book in so and so year, but then maybe I just gave up in between because life happens. But now it's a dream come true watching readers resonate with what I am talking about in my upcoming book. You can always tweak it a bit. So if I say, like, do you know how I got started writing nonfiction book? It all started when I read the raw the monk who sold his Ferrari. Okay, I clearly resonate the way nonfiction books can deliver the transformation with the correct blend of storytelling. And that's where thought, like, let me also go ahead and write a book that will get my readers the transformation that I want to help them in. So you are going to go ahead and fill in these details. These are like fill in the blanks. And once this is done, you just copy this particular thing. Once you fill in these details, you're going to go back to ChatGPT and just say insert 3 to 10 relevant hashtags. So I'm going to do one of it for you so you know what I'm doing. 1 second. So let me just copy this. So say, for example, I say 3 years back. So this is 2022. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, go down to ChatGPT, paste it here. Wait. So it might go ahead and rewrite the same thing in better way. And it has given me the hashtags. Just copy this, go down to social media. I will again download this image and I'm going to copy this particular caption and post it on social media. Clear, guys? 1 second, what else is remaining? This is also the Author Stardom Foundation marketing plan for rest of it. Now shoot, if you have any questions for me.
Yeah, Sonali,
Hmm.
I've tried Canva earlier also. I don't know, I have this block in me, I think so, So it seems so simple when you show it to us, but I'm not able to get it.
Uh, what do you feel when you work with Canva?
I don't know, I just struggle. I do a few, I'm not able to get the end product of it. And similarly, my son has sat with me, shown me, he takes out like I want needed brushes for my classes, and that too, I've not been able to come out with it. And they
Okay.
can do it in seconds.
Okay. So you are attending the live shift session tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Okay. Attend tomorrow's session. Let's see how it works out. What I'm doing for my author community is, other than that, I'm also going ahead and offering Tomorrow's session is completely free. There is no upsell, nothing. It is just to go ahead and help you overcome anything that is keeping you stuck. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
attend that session, and after that, what we are going to do is like you will be able to go ahead and just I think open six or 10 slots. I don't know. I'll have to check with the team, and book one of the slots, and maybe I'll work on it at a deeper level to find out what's the issue.
Sure.
Okay.
That will be nice because just
Because
telling and listening now, like YouTube also,
correct.
I want to make reels, but
See,
I just see, I don't get it.
see. To be very honest, other than a book coach, I'm also a life coach and a NLP coach.
Okay.
So there are there are people who will say do it for 21 days and this habit is formed and this habit is broken. I need just 30 minutes with you
Oh,
and I can
okay.
make that shift.
Oh.
Huh. So I had a person like I had a life coaching client like last week with me. He was struggling to let go of share market addiction. He booked sessions with me and then he had other personal issues also. It's been like the first session that we worked upon was for share market, and then I worked on other areas of his life. So when I worked with him on all the areas, now when I spoke to him just 2 days back, he said like I haven't even opened my trading app for the past 15-20 days. I don't even feel the urge. So it is a simple rewiring that you need. So maybe
Yeah,
that can be fixed.
I really need a rewiring because my asthma also, I know it's all my,
Just one thing at a time, not everything together, because what works for this will not work for that. So you have to identify the cause of everything. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Chalo. I'm just checking. Okay. So Amir says, is publish a must or we should go with self-publishing are on KDP. So Amir, what we are going to do right now is we are going to ensure that we are doing ebook on your own. For paperback publishing, I recommend using a publisher because of the simple reason Amazon also lets you go ahead and self-publish on KDP. I had a person who had attended the Book in a Blink Challenge workshop. I think not this Sunday, Wednesday, last Wednesday. And she called me up and I'll tell you exactly what was the conversation. She has written a book. I said like, okay, what's the topic? She gave me some topic. I don't remember. And she said, I've written a book of 30 pages. Okay. I said, okay. So what next? So she said, I have already published my book and everything is done because I wanted to and everything. And she is an ex Amazon employee and she did Amazon paperback, paperback through Amazon. And now that 30 pages book is worth 999 rupees. You know the reason? Because when you are doing a self-publishing using Amazon, the biggest challenge is they go ahead and print it and ship it from US.
Yes,
So
this
Indian market
was,
is huh.
sorry, this was what I was wanting to say that from US you can do it, but from India you're not able to do it.
No, you can do it, but the
Yeah,
price
so
point is
it's,
very high.
yeah,
The price point is very high.
because they charge you in dollars.
Right. So that's the only reason what I did, what I recommend is like I worked with 4 or 5 publishers, but I am going to give you one of it. They have everything like the dashboard and everything. So they brief you every on all of these aspects. And the price point is pretty low. So something that is affordable. Because see, to be very honest, even I started my journey from where you might be today, 3 years back. So I know the struggle is real, to be very honest. And you during my session number 8, I will also talk about. See, when I'm talking about there are many author coaches in the market. They go ahead and tell you that you can become a bestseller, bestseller, bestseller. ठीक है. What after bestseller? So I always recommend my author community do not stop at just becoming an author. Think big. So when I'm asking you to think big, I'm talking about like how you can go ahead and launch your own digital product that can go ahead and generate sales on autopilot. How you can go ahead and become a coach. Okay. all of these things happen. Give me 1 second. Why is this? Okay. There is something very weird happening on Telegram group. Okay. So think big. So this could be the starting point of your journey. See, when I started my journey, I never thought that I would be invited as a chief guest to some place. I never thought that I would be invited as a keynote speaker anywhere. I never thought about it. It just kept started happening on its own. And it all started after I wrote my book. So you will never ever know what kind of doors it will open. I didn't even know where that, like, I'd never even had this on my dream, like, or on my bucket list that I'm going to go ahead and, start running my own workshops. Huh. The only thing is, like, if you want to go ahead and run workshops on maybe, like, launch digital product, you will have to go ahead and keep this in mind that you will have to see, it will be very, very difficult. It will be very, very difficult to go ahead and think about, like, how to do it, because technically, if you would have met me 1.5 year back, I was technically zero. I'm telling you my honest story. I was technically zero. I didn't know how to use Zoom. I knew Canva because Canva jab se paida hua, I was using Canva. But I wasn't a pro. I was just doing basic stuff. ठीक है, डिजाइनिंग वगैरह मुझे क्लाइंट से पूरा, आई यूज्ड टू गेट दैट थिंग लाइक दीज थिंग्स शुड बी देयर एंड एवरीथिंग. सो उतना डिजाइनिंग आई कुड मैनेज. But in the when you are becoming a coach, you need to go ahead and make reels. You want to go ahead and do editing. You have to do shooting. You have to do content writing. You have to do script writing. And that journey is lonely. You have to create landing pages. Too many things. I didn't know anything. So there was a time, to be very honest, when I took my journey, I used to catch hold of my son. भाई मेरे को ये करके देना. I used to do that. So I've been in your place. So my son used to do it for me. I used to do podcasting as well. My son used to do it for me. And eventually, over a period of time, the school started post COVID, and he never used to get time. And then I said, like, if he is not available, what next? What are my options? Let me try and do it. गलत होगा ना, चलेगा. Let me do it. कहीं पे अटक ही जाती हूँ. When I don't know what the solution is, I would always go back and ask him. But then came a time कि बंदे ने ही मेरे को सामने से बोल दिया, मामा, you have learned far more ahead than me. मेरे को भी नहीं पता है. Go find your own way. So that absolutely happens. But that is a journey. Trust me, that is a journey. Just start from wherever you are. That's all I can say. हम लोग कभी भी when we went to school, ये याद रखना सुमन, हम लोगों को किसी ने 10th स्टैंडर्ड की पढ़ाई जूनियर केजी में नहीं सिखाई. बेबी स्टेप्स लिए ना हम लोगों ने, 12 साल लगे 10th स्टैंडर्ड तक आने तक, जूनियर केजी से 10th स्टैंडर्ड तक. So you will become pro at some point. You will make mistakes, and that's absolutely okay. You don't need to be hard on yourself. Just
वही जैसे
start.
आप बोलते हैं ना स्टक, आई थिंक सो वहीं कहीं पे एक शुरू करने में कंटेंट मेरे पास इतना है. आई टीच ग्राफोलॉजी, आई टीच पेरेंटिंग, बट नाउ टू कम टू अ बिगर प्लेटफॉर्म, आई एम लाइक, आई डोंट ट्रस्ट माई सेल्फ, आई ट्रस्ट अदर्स. इट्स लाइक ये हेल्प कर देंगे, ये हेल्प कर देंगे.
नहीं नहीं, आप खुद करोगे.
आई
आप खुद
रियली
करोगे.
होप, आई रियली होप.
नहीं, आप करोगे, ये याद रखना. ओके. सो कुलदीप, इफ यू हैव 2-3 टॉपिक्स इन योर माइंड फॉर योर ई बुक, and you're confused with your topic, to start first, go down to day 1 of market research, go through it. उसमें मैंने जैसे steps दिखाए हैं, go ahead and do all those steps, because that is going to help you to identify कि कौन सा topic ज़्यादा profitable है, and then take a call accordingly, and then only do the keyword research and rest of the steps. ठीक है? Okay, guys, if you have any questions, shoot. Tushar, if you have any questions. मुझे और कोई questions नहीं दिख रहे. 1 second, क्या है question? Okay, perfect. Good, sorted. So what I have covered in today's session is पूरा जो foundation program में जो कुछ भी है वो मैंने complete किया हुआ है. So I want you to complete when we are meeting on Thursday. Complete your market research, complete your keyword research, complete your book cover designing, and complete your pre-launch wala template. ये सारा and brainstorm for the 10 topics that you are going to write as your chapters. ये चार पांच चीजें कंपलसरी है क्योंकि आपका जो फाउंडेशन है वो उसी के ऊपर आगे बढ़ेगा. And Chanchal, I will have to go ahead and send you another recording for session number 2. Okay. I don't know if he's listening or not. So session number 2, even if you drop, it's perfectly fine. But मेरे ख्याल से session number 2 and 3 शायद आपके लिए नहीं होगा because उसमें editing प्रूफ रीडिंग करेंगे हम लोग और पूरा रिव्यू होगा नॉन फिक्शन के लिए. तो वो थर्सडे एंड मंडे का सेशन आप ड्रॉप करेंगे तो भी चलेगा. उसके बाद वाला जब भी होगा
Okay.
तो वो टीम आपको बता देंगी बाकी क्योंकि बाकी सारे सेम होंगे. बट व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू टेक यू थ्रू इज नेक्स्ट वीक में वी हैव वन फिक्शन बुक का एडिटिंग प्रूफ रीडिंग का एक सेशन होने वाला है. सो एटलीस्ट राइट आपके पास जो चैप्टर्स आपने लिखे हैं जो रफ वर्क है ब्रिंग दैट टू द एडिटिंग प्रूफ रीडिंग वाला सेशन सो आई कैन रिव्यू इट. And I'll
Okay,
send
ma'am.
you a separate recording for fiction book का research कैसे करना है. ठीक है?
Right. It is required. Yeah.
हाँ. Okay. Uh, guys, any questions before I let you go? नहीं. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. अच्छा, 2 things that I want you to do from next section onwards. I want your cameras turned on. वरना मैं आंसर्स नहीं देती हूँ. आज मैंने दे दिया फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है फर्स्ट सेशन है इसलिए. ओके. सो फिक्स वॉट एवर इशूज दैट यू हैव थर्सडे तक फिक्स करके आना. ठीक है. सेकेंड, जो चीजें मैंने बोली है प्लीज गो हेड एंड गेट इट बिकॉज आप आके यू विल बी जस्ट अटेंडिंग द सेशन. मैं लेक्चर दे रही हूँ आप सब सुन रहे हो वो नहीं होना चाहिए. द होल आइडिया ऑफ ऑथर स्टारडम इज यू डू वॉट एवर इज बीइंग शोन so that I can review it. I can go ahead and give you my feedback for it. अगर आप मुझे दिखाओगे नहीं अगर आप मुझे दिखाओगे नहीं तो मैं आपको फीडबैक नहीं दे पाऊंगी. जनरली पीपल हु कम इनटू फर्स्ट सेशन दे कंप्लीट देयर फाउंडेशन प्रोग्राम. फर्स्ट सेशन में ही मैं बुक कवर्स रिव्यू कर देती हूँ. तो आप में से किसी का भी बुक कवर भी रेडी नहीं है तो आई नीड एटलीस्ट योर बुक कवर रेडी इन योर नेक्स्ट सेशन व्हेन यू आर कमिंग, ताकि कुछ ट्वीक्स करने हैं तो हम लोग अभी कर ले. फेयर इनफ. चलो, थैंक यू वेरी मच गाइस. I hope I've answered all your questions. And another thing before I let you go, कहीं पे doubt होगा, go ahead and put it in the group. We will be there to go ahead and answer your queries. The WhatsApp support team, put it in the group. DM मत करना क्योंकि they might miss out on it. जो भी क्वेश्चन होगा कहीं पे अटक गए, put it. They will answer. If it doesn't need my expertise, they 1 घंटे में जवाब मिल जाएगा. अगर मेरा एक्सपर्टीज का जरूरत है, मैं कोई ट्रेनिंग सेशन में बैठी हूँ तो वो नहीं होगा अटेंड. ठीक है गाइस, क्लियर. चलो,
Yes.
बाय बाय,
Chalo.
गुड नाइट,
Good night. Good
केयर,
night. Thank
सी
you.
या.